Good morning to you on this beautiful Tuesday morning, April 21st. Hey, it's going to be getting warm the latter part of this week. I think maybe starting as early as tomorrow, Wednesday. So mid to high 90s, relatively quick transition from the 70s that we had recently into the 90s. So make sure you're taking that into account with everything that you do, whether you're just going out for a walk or working out or working in the yard or wherever the case might be. Just make sure the hydration, make sure you kick it up a notch. For today's dynamic stretch warm up, we're going back to a full body for the warm up portion and also for the workout portion. So for the warm up portion, you need something for balance, stool, wall. You're gonna need something comfortable to kneel on, yoga mat, something thicker, whatever the case might be. As we get later into the warm up, we're going to need something. If you can't do a split squat all the way to the ground, we're going to need pillows, blankets, something. I got these series of mats here to allow me, if I need to, for the split squats, to raise my floor and to reduce my range of motion if I can't go all the way down to the ground. And then we're going to do a squat portion at the end of the warm up too, or towards the end of the warm up. And if you need a chair to do your squats off, then you want to get yourself a chair. So get what you need, hit pause, come on back, and we will begin. Okay, so first part we're going to do here is we're going to need our chair or whatever we have for balance, and we're going to do 5 different movements, each for 5 repetitions. All on the left side, all on the right side, and then all on the right side. First 4 movements that we're going to do will each be for pauses, and then that last one we're just going to do kind of slow and controlled. So I'll start off, stand here on my right leg, nice and tall, make sure my shoulders pulled down and back. We're simply just going to be doing a high knee from the ground all the way up, trying to get that knee as high as we possibly can. All right, here we go, ready? And I'm going to bring that knee up as high as possible and pause and down. Bring it up as high as possible and down. Just that slight pause at the top just to get that little extra contraction. And 3, and that little bit come nice and high, and 4, and then come up nice and high, a little bit of pause, and 5, okay? I'm gonna turn my foot out, and we're gonna do same thing, but with that leg turned out 90 degrees, up, and 1. I'd like to put my hand across my torso here, just to keep my torso I don't wanna rotate, I want us to keep everything as square as I can. 3, drive that knee up, 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 good. 4, so getting that hip flexor in this left leg, getting that glute on that right side, and let's do one more. I'm not sure if that was 5 or not. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna do pulses. So now we're gonna keep the hip at 90 degrees and just come up short range of motion. Ready? And up. 1, up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We're gonna turn this out. Ready? Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and rest a second. So this next part that we're going to do is we're going to do hip rotation. So we're going to you just sit there, relax a second. We're going to bring this leg up as high as we can. We're going to keep this knee up as high as possible, and we're going to be rotating the hip. So we're working on internal rotation. We're trying to get from the knee to the foot to pendulum up and behind me. The knee is going to drop a little bit, that's okay, but all that action here is in the hip. So in addition to keeping that leg up as high as we possibly can, we want to pull back a little bit. We don't want to let it come forward. That's going to kind of defeat the purpose. All right? So on this left side, I'll show you here from the side. So turn that leg out, bring that knee up as high as we possibly can, all right, and then back just a little bit behind us, and we're going to be rotating the bottom half of our leg from our knee to our foot behind us. Ready? And rotate. 1, keep that leg as high as possible. 2, 3, 4, 1 more, nice and tall. Drive that knee up. And 5. Good, okay. Turn around the other side. Let's go right into it. Bring that right knee up as high as we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Turn that leg out 90 degrees. Up. 1. Again, keep my torso square. Straight ahead. 2. Just the hip is turning. 3, 4, and 5. Bring that leg back to the front, little pulses. Ready, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it out, up, 1. Short range of motion, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more, 5. Good. Go ahead and relax just a second. All right. Here we go, bringing that knee up. We're going to do those rotations. Remember, drive that knee up as high as we can, back just a little bit. All that action is here in the hip. Keep that up here. Rotate. Picking that foot up, 1. Getting that foot. I want to think about picking that foot up as high as I can while I'm keeping that knee as high as I can. 3, 4, and 5. Good, cool, okay. So we're gonna go to the ground. Yes, we're gonna go to the ground. Okay, so we're gonna need our yoga mat or something comfortable to kneel on. So there's 3 positions that we're gonna hit. We're gonna go through the whole thing 3 times. We're gonna hold each position for about 10 seconds or so. So I'm just gonna demonstrate pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, where we tuck the butt, pull the belly button in, get that stretch. Then we're gonna reach that foot out a little bit. We're gonna reach this leg back as far as possible. Hips go down, chest comes up. And in position 3, I'm gonna curl that heel into my butt. Get a hamstring contraction, get a quad stretch. All right, here we go, 3 times. Ready, hold that pelvic tilt position. Get that nice deep stretch. Belly in nice and tight. Tuck the butt. Good, hold everything in nice and tight. All right, reach that leg out just a little bit. Hips go down, chest comes up. Hold that position, try to really push your hips down as hard as you possibly can. Continue to drive your hips down, lift your chest, and then bring your heel up. So strong hamstring contraction, nice deep stretch through the quad. Might get a hamstring cramp. Okay, let's come back to the pelvic tilt. So reestablish that strong pelvic tilt. Pull that belly in, tuck your butt up underneath. Tall position, pull the shoulders down and back. Okay, reach that foot out a little bit. Left leg's gonna go back behind me as far as possible. Hips go down, chest comes up. Again, really try to push your hips down to the ground as hard as you can. Okay. Now we're gonna pull that heel in nice and tight. You might feel that hamstring start to get a little knotty. All right, and 1 more time. Pelvic tilt. Hold that strong position here. Feel that nice stretch. Extend that leg out in front. Push those hips down. Bring your chest up. And then 1 more time, we're gonna pull that heel in nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And good. Okay. All right, hit the other side. If at any point during that, like when we're doing that hamstring contraction part, if you feel that cramp setting in, just stretch it out. So it's quite all right and quite expected to get that cramp. Excuse me. All right. Ready? Pelvic tilt. Again, pull that belly in. Tuck your hips up underneath. Nice tall position here. Reach that foot out. Reach that right leg back. Hips down. Chest up. Okay, now we're going to pull that heel in. Stretch through that quad. Continue to push your hips down and lift your chest. Come back to that pelvic tilt position. Strong pelvic tilt. Deep stretch. Nice tall position, shoulders down. Reach that foot out. That left leg out, right leg back. Push those hips down. Hold position. Push those hips down, lift the chest. Get that nice deep stretch. Pull that heel in nice and tight. Hamstring contraction, quad stretch. second. Oof. All right, last time through. Little pelvic tilt. All right, last time, left leg forward, right leg back just a little bit. Hips down, chest up. Push the hips down, continue to push the hips down. And last time, we're gonna pull that heel to your butt. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it for me. Oof. Ow. All right. Okay, so we're gonna finish up. Okay, so this is where we're gonna do the split squat little series here. So there's gonna be 3 different variations of the split squat that we're gonna do. We're going to do slow repetitions, then for 20 seconds, then normal speed repetitions, and then a static hold for 20 seconds. So I'll just demonstrate quickly. So starting position, our 90-90 position here. So for 20 seconds, we're just going to move through slowly. And then for 20 seconds, we'll go through at a normal pace, whatever that is for you. And then for 20 seconds, we're just going to hold a static position with my knee, 4 or 6 inches off the ground. Now, if you can't do that, then that's where you're going to get your your stack of pillows or blankets or towels or whatever the case might be, and you're going to do everything off of that raised position here. Slow repetitions, and then normal repetitions, and then your hold again will be a couple inches off the top of that. So whatever is going to work for you, modify as you need, as you see fit. Okay, 20 seconds each position. All right, so nice and slow to begin with. And before we begin, foot here, front foot, make sure that those big toes are nice and active, grabbing at the ground, activate that arch, make sure that that knee and toe are lined up with each other. We want to keep that torso as tall as we can. All right, ready? 20 seconds, slow repetitions. Working through that, 10 seconds. Okay, now we'll balance, speed it up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be terribly fast. We just want to go just a little bit faster than what we have been doing, just so we can continue to get those muscles warmed up, get that blood flowing. Ready, 2, 1, and find a position, and we're just going to hang out there. So see if we can get a little bit of posterior tilt, so we can get a little bit extra stretch in that hip flexor and quad. 10 seconds, and we're just going to hold position, shoulders down and back. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, done. Okay. Shake out the legs a little bit. All right. And this will hit the other side. All right. Same thing. 20 seconds, nice and slow. Ready? Make sure that foot is active, knee and toe are lined up. And begin. Just hit that full range of motion on these slow ones. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Speed it up a little bit. Just trying to get some quality reps in. Get that blood going. Five seconds and we'll hit our hold. And hold. So again, hold that pelvic tilt. All right, just a little bit of posterior tilt, nice and tall. 10 seconds. Oh, knee and toe lined up with one another. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and good. Okay, so we're going to go to. We're going to do the same thing, but with squats. Okay, so this would be where we would use our chair to do our squats. If we can't do it you know, if we just can't do it with just out in the open. So again, your first 20 seconds, nice and slow. On your squats, make sure that those feet stay nice and flat. Make sure that those knees go out right. So all our squatting principles, so nice and slow, all the way down and all the way up. Then a little bit faster. And then on that final 20 seconds, you're gonna just keep your butt about that far off the seat. All right, just a little bit off the seat on that last 20 seconds. All right, here we go. Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, toes ahead. 20 seconds, nice and slow. Work on nice depth. Continue to drive those knees out. Get some good depth. Want to grab at the ground with those big toes so that the feet don't roll to the outside. We want to make sure that we sit into our hip creases. Activate those glutes. Speed it up a little bit so that we can, again, grabbing at the ground with those feet, activating those arches, activating those glutes, driving those knees out, opening up those hips, giving us some space. Okay, we're gonna sit. So here, I want you to sit just as deep as you can. Feet nice and flat. Nice tall torso position, 10 seconds. Grabbing at the ground with those feet. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, now let's move to the shoulders. We're going to do so from an L-sit position. So sitting on the ground with those legs out straight, hips at 90 degrees and the torso nice and tall. If you can't do that, if for whatever reason it's too much on you, you can either do it with your legs bent, I'll show you, or you can sit on a step and do it, or a little box or something. So I can do, instead of sitting on the ground, I can sit here like so with, just raised up, 6 inches or so. Now if you can almost do it on the ground, then, so this being the ideal position, but if this is a little bit too challenging, just bend your knees a little bit, let your legs fall out to the side a little bit. However you do it, we want to have a nice, as tall a torso as possible, taking as much of the slack out of our spine as we possibly can. So we're going to start off with a series of holds. So we're going to go from extension to T, Y, I, and W. With all of those, we want to think about our shoulder blades, and our shoulder blades doing all that work, pulling everything back. Pulling everything back, and then when we get to the T, Y, I, and W, externally rotating. So opening up these armpits as hard as we possibly can. The shoulder blades rotating down and back, rotating in on themselves just a little bit, again, to scoop and open up, show off those armpits as best as possible. All right, here we're gonna start with extension. So I'm gonna start with my hands behind me, pinkies up. From here, I'm gonna lift and hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna rotate out to the T, make fist, pull back, externally rotate. So here we go, holding this position. Big, strong contraction through those shoulder blades. Continue to externally rotate, open up those armpits as much as we can, and pull back. Here we go to the Y position. Again, externally rotate, pull back. Really strong contraction through those shoulder blades. Again, pulling everything. Should feel a really big contraction back there. Get that mind muscle connection going. Bring those arms to the overhead position. Again, externally rotate and pull down just a little bit. Continue to pull back as well. So externally rotate, pull back, pull down just a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come to the W position here. So elbows at shoulder height, pivoting the shoulders, pivoting at the shoulder because of the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades doing the work. But think about rotating around the elbow in space. Holding this position real strong. 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms to the side. We're going to do 2 overheads, nice and slow. Keep those arms pulled back as hard as we can. Ready? We're going to drive to the overhead position. Squeeze as we push. Get the top. Squeeze as we pull down and back. Squeeze as we push. Squeeze as we pull down. Excellent, good, okay. Whew. Just relax just a second, kind of let the torso, let the back relax a second, let the shoulders relax. We're gonna do swimmers and O's, one of each. One swimmer each arm, one O, and one O, okay? Nice and tall, both arms to the overhead position, left arm make a fist, right arm drive that thumb back, externally rotate at the shoulder, thumb forward, palm out, backstroke, 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 hit the bottom, lift the pinky, rotate, palm up, thumb out, and back to the top. Right makes a fist, drive that left thumb back, rotate out, big rotation coming back. I hit the ground, lift that pinky, rotate, come back to the top, back to the top. Good, 1-0. Drive those thumbs back. Rotate those thumbs forward, palms out. Here we go, big double backstroke, double backstroke, double backstroke. You gotta hit the ground, lift pinkies up, rotate, and here we go, butterfly, butterfly, butterfly. Oh. Excellent, okay. So we're gonna finish with 3 plank to downward dogs and then 3 downward dog to pikes. If you can't do these on the ground, then they can be done off of a chair. So just do exactly what we're doing, but just do it on a chair. All right, so here we go. Strong plank position. Drive my butt up and back. Arms straight, legs straight. Pull my head through my shoulders. Come back to plank. Butt up nice and high. Arms straight, legs straight. Drive those heels down. Pull my head through my shoulders. Back to plank. Up to downward dog. We're going to hold. Hold this position. Okay, now we're the downward dog to pike. Going to keep your butt as high as you can, and you're going to drive as high in your toes as possible. When we get to the top, you're going to pull your head towards your toes through your shoulders. Ready? Butt high, up on your toes. Pull your head towards your feet. Back down, feet flat. Walk the feet in a little bit. Again, way up on your toes. Pull your head through your arms. One more time. Walk the feet in a little bit. Keep your butt high. Drive way up on your toes. Pull your head back and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Whew, excellent. Very, very nice. Sorry, brain stopped working. So yeah, excellent job. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and healthy. Continue to get your workouts in as often as you can, most days of the week, and doing something every day of the week. And to clarify what I mean by that is that doing something every day means maybe you do workouts 3 to 4 days a week, and then the other 3 or 4 days you take a walk or you stretch or you garden or whatever the case might be, just something active, something to get your blood flowing and stuff. So excellent job. Be good, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.